Hi Pisces, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. This is a weekly reading for September 27th through August 3rd. Yes, we are now in Libra season and we are having a Mercury retrograde in Libra for the next few weeks. So Mercury retrograde is pretty famous for a lot of technological flub-ups, right? Computers and cameras and phones and all kinds of stuff. And slowdowns with traffic, automobiles, anything that has electronics, anything that is about communications, right? Because it's information moving cellularly. Mercury basically is about communication in the ones and zeros of space, and us in the quantum field having to deal with all that energy. Yeah, I mean, that's how cell phones work, right? With satellites. So it's that. It's Mercury going forward, backward. It doesn't actually do that, but the energy, it's like it moves very quickly. And because it slows so much in the whole music of the spheres of all the planets, it messes with us. And I am all Mercury all day long, right? Sun, moon, rising, and more. So wish me luck, Pisces, because I'll need it for the next few weeks. Okay. You are my last video, and I am pretty slap happy at this point. And my husband came in, turned on the camera, and had a Halloween Oreo. And I'm like, bastard, because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today. And, you know, I would have had black teeth with some orange bits. So as soon as I'm done with your video, Pisces, I'm treating myself to a Halloween Oreo, which I know are complete. I mean, nothing against Oreos, but not exactly good for you. But my husband gets them for every October, and like he bought them, and now I really want one. Why am I talking about Oreos? I don't know. Okay, so I've just pulled 3 cards for you, Pisces, from the Spirit Messages from John Holland. And I'll read those for you. They have little paragraphs on the front. I'll read those. And then I'm going to pull you 9 cards from the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to go horizontally, vertically, and big picture. And you're going to get really 3 more cards because under the deck, I really look at what's going on subconsciously and we talk about it. All right, so I got your 3 there. Now I'm going to shuffle the Light Seers for you because I know you guys like to see readers shuffle on camera at least a few times. What you don't know is that before the camera's turned on, I shuffle about 20 times and sort of cleanse the deck as I go for each sign. Got my selenite. Yes, indeed. Got some rose quartz today, in case you're interested. Yep, and then I've got some beautiful green stones here. Love. One that's sort of teal. I use different stones. And I have them on this little scales. Why am I showing? I don't know. Pisces, I'm off the rails with you. I am off the rails with you right now. Yep, okay. So, let's get the 9. Settle in with me, will ya? Who knows what's going to happen? I told you, I'm slap happy right now. Alright, so I'm going to pull 9 cards. And then read the bottom of the deck for you. There we go, Pisces. How are you? I hope you're doing well. All right. So first I'm going to tell you that the 3 cards I pulled for you today are breathe, like I'm asking you to do in just a second. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths with me. And then we have trust. Both those cards, when I touched them, they gave me such a feeling of relief. Honestly, they just calmed me down. And then synchronicity. Right? Getting signs and symbols, right, perfect timing for things. So Mercury retrograde, you may find what I would call serendipitous moments where it's like something that goes wrong turns into a blessing in disguise. Okay? All right. Wow. Okay, so you're coming out of something right now and you're thinking about it. I'm seeing the 10 of Swords, Death card, 7 of Pentacles. You've decided to change something pretty drastic in your life. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be negative. In my purview, and it's probably because I'm an air sign, but the way that I read tarot and the way that I see each of the suits, the suit of swords is about our thinking. Some readers see the suit of swords and all of the cards in the swords as negative. I do not. I just think that it tells us how we're thinking. right? So at the 10, you've made a decision. You've decided, well, that's not the right solution. That's not the right solution. That's not the truth. That's not the way to go. At the 10, I know what to do. That's how I see the 10 of Swords. It can be very painful, obviously. Okay. Yeah, there was some stuck energy here with someone probably, and you did have to make a pretty strong final decision. That's what I'm seeing. Wow. Okay, so I have 5 of Wands, Judgment, Devil, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Temperance. Okay. I'm going to take a good look at this. So why don't you please take 3 deep cleansing breaths with me, Pisces. Let's get some oxygen in the brain and lower the cortisol, bring that down, bring down the stress. Relax our shoulders and our spine so that we can feel better. All right, that's really good. Okay, now at the bottom of the deck, I have the 6 of Wands, the World card, and the 2 of Swords. Yes, okay. My friend, Pisces, we are making a very strong, very decisive decision that you feel really good about. Internally, you're like, yes, I've done it. I've gotten to the point where I know what's not working. So the only choice I have at this point is to change something. And I think you've realized that it's taken you a while to get there. And so Pisces, I think you're finally like, you know what? I feel really accomplished now because I've made this decision. So on the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the 6 of Wands, the World card, and the 2 of Swords. You know what? I feel fantastic about myself because I finally learned a lesson. I know what I know. I know what I can't deny any longer. I am telling myself the truth. I am coming with the blindfold off and my sword in the air. I've made a decision. Okay. So let's look at the bottom. Let's look at these soul messages, these spirit messages, and see what they have to say. Okay, first we have breathe, and it says, the air is the vital bridge between the body and the soul, right? 3 deep breaths. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and divine source of God. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. It's incredibly powerful. We don't even realize that very often we walk through our entire day without ever taking a really deep breath, right? So many people are breathing in such a shallow way, they're not really getting enough oxygenation in. And one of the first things that I learned, because I have a medical issue, so one of the first things I learned a million years ago when I had my first child was Lamaze breathing. And I took that and ran with it for the rest of my life. And I do it every single day. I do a lot of deep breathing. It absolutely does bring down the cortisol immediately. You know, if you start spinning out about anything, right, and you know you're going about down into a spiral, right, and you're like, oh God, you know, you're spinning down, you know, you feel terrible, and then the thoughts get really worse and worse and worse. The first thing to do, take at least 3, if not more, deep, deep breaths, and close your eyes and feel your breath. Feel it. It reminds you you're alive, and it also reminds you you're a soul. And it brings that connection back. And somehow you get sort of a spirit hug. You feel better. And your brain calms down. So that's important. Then trust. Look at this from the solar plexus. I love this. It says, while your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, once you make this decision, okay, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So it's just saying you open up. Look at both of these people have their arms wide open, Pisces. Open up to the possibility that you may not know yet. That's okay. You may not know yet what to do. You're in 2 minds about it. Bottom of the deck, inside, internally, subconsciously. You're fighting. You're wrestling over something. And it's been difficult. And, that's okay. But you know that very soon, like any moment, you're going to cheer yourself on and make that decision. It's come full circle. And you definitely want closure on it. And if you do this, if you just sit with yourself in quietude and you breathe and you think, I trust myself. I trust myself. And even if you haven't been trusting yourself, it's time to do that. To close your eyes and sit and breathe and connect. Connect with what feels life affirming to you. Sitting under a tree, looking at the ocean. It could be anything. Bird watching. I have a girlfriend who prays in her closet because it's the only place she can get any quiet because she has like 5 kids and a bunch of grandkids, right? So whatever makes you feel better. Now let's read synchronicity. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world's been sending to you at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. It's all in divine timing. It means this wheel has to turn that wheel, to turn that wheel, and so on. A domino effect is in place right now. A domino effect is in place, and that domino is about to go down and change and bring you the solution that you need. This is the solution that you have. It's deep inside of you. You just need to connect in and be able to oxygenate the brain and think and make the decision, okay? So let's see what this is about, maybe for some of you, okay? Now, Pisces, this, part of this message, all of this message for some of you, none of this message for others of you will resonate. So if it doesn't, please check your moon sign if you're feeling really emotional, your rising sign if it's about work or your, people in your outer life. So you could check your Venuses if it's about love, romance, sex, all that. All right, let's look. We have the 10 of Swords, Death, 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles says you've really been assessing it and looking at the root of what's going on. And what seems to be going on is that you're done. 10 of Swords, Death. There's no arguing with the Death card in the tarot. It's a final answer. It's the decision you need to make. And whatever it's about, you've done your due diligence. You've thought about it for a very long time, possibly, 7 months, 7 years, or just a really long time, right? You've really thought about this. And in Mercury retrograde, it's going to help you with Pluto there. Pluto in Capricorn is squaring Mercury retrograde. And that square is in your friend's house, 11th house. So it could be about a friend. And the good thing, though, is there's a beautiful trine, which for me is always very creative, and the trine is with Jupiter in Aquarius. So if Mercury trines Jupiter, that's the expansion of communication, open-mindedness. So there's always hope, right? It's saying to breathe and trust in the synchronicities. Watch for the signs, because the signs are going to help you understand why this transformation, this change in your life needs to happen. Whether it's reconciliation, whether it's separation, whether it's changing yourself or allowing other people to change and grow and be different from you. Whatever this is about, I think it's very, very much going to deeply affect your life. And the reason I say that is because you've got 2 cards next to each other that says this is vitally important to you right now. First of all, we've got the 5 of Wands. This is the molehill that became a mountain somewhere along the way, and now judgment, the time of judgment. Okay, what am I going to decide? It's next to the Devil. Because what I've been doing, thinking, feeling, been engaging in with a person or something I'm doing in my life, I'm getting another chance here to do things differently because it's just making a mess out of my life. So there's been an issue here. Judgment is the center of your reading today, and it's saying you have a chance. The Death card's above that. We're going to go down the vertical. I'll show you in a minute. 4 of Pentacles. You're holding on to it. That blindfold. Denial, repression, whatever it is, you're holding on to it. But you don't want to. You need to go back to your nest. You need to go back to where you feel safe and take a rest. And weigh it out again. Temperance. Back and forth. This or that. Temperance. Well, maybe it's this and that. Maybe both are true. Maybe I need to realize this from someone else's perspective. Or if you've been over empathizing with someone else, maybe you need to take care of yourself finally. It just depends on what this has been about for you. This card is really about when we're stuck. It's that's it, right? It's like everybody's got their own demons, air quotes. What this is saying is, you know, whatever it is that's been in your life in a repetitive pattern, it has not been good for you. The thing is, Jupiter, that trine for you, is in your 12th house, right? The house of our secrets and old karmic energy, the patterns that we kind of have to figure out this lifetime and then let go of. It's life lesson. It's life lessons. Jupiter is trining Mercury there, trying to enlighten your mind about what this has been for you. The stuff that's being dredged that you really do need to cleanse and clear, because here's what you want to do. You want to get back into your nest and feel safe. Her heart is out of her body. You can see that, right? So it's like you got to bring that back into balance and a flow again so that you can breathe easy when you walk into a room. So where's the room for you, Pisces? Is the room the workplace? Is it at home with a partner? Is it a friendship that was never really very friendly? It could be so many things, right? There's so many of you. Let's get down the vertical. Ten of Swords, you know that you know. And Five of Wands. It brings this. It brings discord in your life. It brings discord. Nobody wants discord, right? So you've been holding it in, like trying to be safe, trying to hold on to what you can believe in. You're trying, I think. I think your arms are wide open. You're breathing. You're trying to trust. Or this is the advice for you if you haven't. If this has been you with your arms closed, tightly holding on to everything, it's saying open up. Open them up. If you have to say something, if it's time. Next row, we have the Death card, Judgment. There's no joke here. That's a final decision, and then you can rest. Then you can go back to your nest and heal your heart. Put it back into your chest and breathe again and trust again. So what's the synchronicity? This week, Mercury retrograde, it could be in the weirdest of ways. There will be synchronicities, and there'll be like little signs along the way. You've looked at this, you've tried to understand the roots, you've planted the seeds, you've worked hard on it, you're trying to grow whatever this has been. A career, moving forward in a job, a friendship or a relationship, and it has been controlling your every thought and your whole life. If you can see on the bottom of this card with the Devil card, there's you, and the strings attached says that you have been overly attached to something, and maybe it's just this waiting to make a decision. Maybe it's you trying to grow something for so long that there hasn't been much growth. But then the Temperance card reminds me, this is Sagittarius in the tarot, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. That is a very timely card. It comes at the end of your reading today, and Jupiter is trining that Mercury retrograde, creating a beautiful space to grow in our minds, to open our minds to a new way of looking at something. And because Pluto, the planet of discord and transformation, is in your friend's house, your 11th house, it could be about a friendship. So you will get there, Pisces. You will get there. This will be you. once you make your decision. But follow the synchronicities. Breathe and trust. Breathe and trust. So that you can get here and feel good about yourself again and your life again. And you can go through this death, this rebirth, this second chance to feel free again. To feel free inside. Whether you stay, whether you go, whether it's job or relationship, you want to feel the sense of freedom inside your soul, right? You want to feel like in synchronicity with the world, with life, not out of sync, right? You want to get in sync with your own life. Pisces, I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video today. I'm going to go eat an Oreo and get my teeth all black. But I really hope this helped. I really do, and I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you so much. Kindness, reverence, gratitude. Kindness, reverence, gratitude.